The global wheat market has been shaken by China's recent cancellations of major shipments, seemingly as part of an effort to secure better prices and strengthen the country's food security. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, China canceled purchases of 264,000 metric tons of U.S. soft red winter wheat. This marked the third consecutive session with such an announcement, bringing the total cancellations to 504,000 tons. This figure represents roughly half of the total U.S. wheat shipments to China in 2022 and is the largest cancellation on record since 1999. U.S. exporters are now faced with the choice of either holding on to this substantial amount of wheat or finding alternative buyers. Australian wheat deliveries to China also took a hit in March when Chinese importers canceled or delayed around 1 million tons of Australian wheat shipments, shifting them to the second quarter. These cancellations demonstrate that China can source wheat more cheaply from other suppliers, said Ben Buckner, chief grains analyst at Chicago-based AgriSource company. In addition, Russia remains a significant player, capable of exporting millions of tons of wheat, and is projected to hold a 29% share of the global wheat market for the 2024-25 fiscal year. The increasing availability of Russian grain aligns with China's strategy to diversify imports in response to domestic climate challenges and strained relations with major suppliers like the United States and other Western nations, which have traditionally been among China's top agricultural trade partners. Before we continue, please take a moment to like the video and feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. Your feedback is incredibly valuable to us and helps reach a broader audience globally. China, the world's largest grain importer, has not yet provided an official reason for its recent wheat shipment cancellations. Despite China's current economic downturn, food prices tend to be less volatile compared to commodities like crude oil, copper, and other industrial materials. Moreover, if there are no unexpected adverse weather events, China could potentially see a larger and higher quality wheat harvest this year. This outlook comes from S&P Global Commodity Insights, which based its forecast on data from China's meteorological agency. Early reports from January and February indicate that increased snowfall in key winter wheat growing regions improved soil moisture, allowing most crops to safely pass through winter dormancy. Minimal frost damage is expected, and the crop's growth is reported to be largely similar to or better than at the same time last year. However, caution is warranted when assessing the wheat supply outlook for the coming year, as global wheat inventories in exporting countries are expected to decline in 2024-25. This is due to smaller crop forecasts and a slight increase in demand driven by lower prices. Buyers are likely trying to avoid fulfilling expensive contracts signed earlier, opting instead to repurchase at lower prices, said Ruan Wei from Japan's Norinchukin Research Institute, a sentiment shared by many market analysts. China's demand for food-grade wheat imports spiked after last summer's flooding in Henan province, which negatively impacted the harvest in the country's leading wheat-producing region. In response, Chinese buyers secured large-scale contracts for high-quality wheat from Australia, Canada, and the United States. However, Russia, the world's largest wheat exporter, ramped up its shipments after a second consecutive bumper crop, offering lower prices. By the time additional wheat deliveries reached China, their prices had become significantly higher than current market rates, likely prompting the cancellations. Chinese buyers are known for their sensitivity to price fluctuations. In the spring of 2023, they abruptly canceled 1.1 million tons of U.S. corn purchases, instead increasing imports from Brazil, where bumper stocks had driven prices down. China's efforts to reduce grain imports are expected to continue in the medium to long term. Since last year, the Chinese government has placed greater emphasis on food security amid rising domestic prices and strained relations with the U.S. In December 2023, China adopted a food security law that went into effect on June 1, 2024. The law aims to boost domestic grain production and diversify imports, with a long-term goal of achieving full self-sufficiency in wheat and rice. As a result, China is under increasing pressure to curb imports of these grains, though corn and other grains used primarily for animal feed may be less affected. The cancellation of over 500,000 tons of U.S. wheat has sparked significant discussion among grain traders. The era of continuously rising grain and agricultural commodity prices seems to be ending, at least for now. According to the latest U.S. Department of Agriculture data, as of March 2024, corn inventories had risen by 13%, soybean inventories by 9%, and wheat inventories saw the largest increase at 16%. In addition to higher inventories, favorable weather conditions in most U.S. regions, with ample water supply, have contributed to the expectation of strong harvests and lower prices. The U.S. also has ample soybean supplies from Argentina and Brazil. As the world's largest agricultural importer, China has been actively diversifying its food strategy. A key part of this effort is its collaboration with Russia on the New Land Grain Corridor, NLGC, which aims to establish the world's first specialized railway grain terminal in Russia's Far East. In the coming years, the development of the NLGC could significantly impact global food dynamics, affecting not only China and Russia, but the broader international community. Geopolitical and geoeconomic factors are also at play. Amid the ongoing Russo-Ukrainian war, the New Land Grain Corridor is yet another example of the deepening Sino-Russian strategic alignment, reflecting their no-limits partnership. In light of these developments, Australia and the United States should prioritize food security in their discussions with key partners, such as the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, ASEAN, and the Quad. Food security could also take on a more prominent role in bilateral and multilateral forums, as well as in strategic partnerships with other major trading partners in the region, such as India, South Korea, and Japan. The implications extend to the private sectors of both Australia and the U.S. The New Land Grain Corridor between China and Russia has the potential to reshape global and regional trade flows, transforming the future of the grain trade. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more updates on important international topics. Thank you for watching.